A good Erev Shabbos from Ramat Beit Shemesh. I want to tell you the most amazing Sfas Emes, my favorite sefer. He asks the following question. It says, Tochen libcha. If you prepare for Tefillah, Abba Shaul says your Tefillah will be answered. Ask the Sfas Emes, what do you exactly mean preparing for Tefillah? Just daven and ask Hashem what you need. What's this preparation? Second question he asks is why does Hashem even want us to daven? If he knows what we need, just give it to us. These are really core questions. Take you back to Midrash Rabbah and Shmos. It says when Bnei Yisrael were in Mitzrayim, they call out to Hashem. Hashem brings Moshe and takes them out of Mitzrayim. And then they travel and they get to the Yam Suf, and the Mitzrim start chasing after their gold. And they encamp around them on three sides. There's wild animals. And then it says, Vayizaku el Hashem. And they turn their heads up to Shemayim and they cry out to Hashem. So Rabbi Yehoshua ben Levi asks, why did they need the second crying? Why wasn't enough for Hashem just to take us out of Mitzrayim? Why did he want us to get scared a second time? And he says it's a mashal to a king who's traveling on the road and he sees a princess, and the princess is being attacked by bandits. And he goes and he saves the princess, and he goes back to his palace. And after a few days, he wants to marry the princess, but the princess is not answering his phone calls. She's not responding to the text. So what does the king do? He hires some bandits and he sends the bandits after the princess. And the princess once again calls out to the king. And the king comes, the knight in shining armor comes and saves the princess. Says Rabbi Yehoshua ben Levi, Hashem wants us to daven. Hashem wants us to call out. And he explains that there are two levels of prayer. There's a prayer before when we're in the tzara, when we're stuck in Mitzrayim, and we really need Hashem's help. So he says that's what it means to be mechin for tefillah. A mechin for tefillah is just understanding where you're at. That's enough. That if a person is in a tsar, he can prepare his tefillah. The 10 lashonos of tefillah are the preparation of understanding where you are and to be misada the praise of Hashem. But once he does that is the hachana for tefillah. Then all he does is he says, Hashem Sfas Tiftach. And the ultimate prayer is not asking Hashem, because Hashem will open our mouth, and that through our praise to Hashem, Hashem will know what we want. And ultimately, Hashem knows everything we want. But he wants us to prepare. And the way we prepare is to look into our situation where we are. And then afterwards, after Hashem gives the geulah, and every person has a little geulah every single day, a person has a redemption, has something good that happens. And after that geulah, then we have to have a second tefillah, because Hashem wants that we should call out to him when things are good, just like when things are not so good. And that's the mashal. Says the Sfas Emes that the ikar tefillah is for a man to prepare his tefillah, and the second half Hashem does. If this message means something to you, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a great Shabbos, and may we be zocha that this Shabbos Nachamu, the Shabbos where we could daven for coming into Eretz Yisrael, and the Shabbos of Tu B'Av where we could daven for coming into Eretz Yisrael. We should be zocha on Parshas Vaeschanan to daven the ultimate tefillah like Moshe Rabbeinu, who wanted a matnas chinam, to get from the oitzer atov of matnas chinam, to get from the secret high level of just being present in front of Hashem. We become present by identifying where we're at. Thank you. Have a great Shabbos.